Hey, in this video we will continue to work on avatar upload btn component and we will finish off uploading user avatars. Let's go. The first thing we will do, we are going to define a handler for onClick event for upload new avatar button. So let's specify onClick event and let's create a new function that we will name onUploadClick. Then we are going to put this handler right after onFileInputChange, and now we need to somehow get access to the actual image. This time this image is edited, so we need to get access to this canvas element. So if we inspect it, it is a canvas inside DOM because it is avatar editor component that we use from the package. Alright, so in order to understand what is actually happening, how we can get the image, we need to navigate to their documentation. Then if we scroll down, we can find an example of accessing the resulting image. Here we can find this method getImageScaledToCanvas, but as we can see from this example, it uses class-based component and also it uses something called references. So references in React is the way to access DOM elements directly or React elements directly, or more appropriately would be to say programmatically. So let's find out how we can actually put a reference on our avatar editor component inside a function-based component. So first we need to import a hook that we haven't seen before from React, which is useRef, which stands for use reference. Now we need to create a new reference and we will name this reference avatar editor ref, and we will call this hook like this. Now we need to pass this reference to this component. So we're gonna specify ref and then we will put avatar editor ref. So now we are able to access this, let's say, avatar editor component using this reference, which is avatar editor ref. So on upload click, we're gonna put, let's take a look, we need to access this editor getImageScaledToCanvas. To access the actual value of this reference, we need to put the next. So let's put canvas. And we're gonna say we will access avatar editor ref dot current. So it is current element of this reference because it also can be undefined. So we make sure that we access the current element. So next we can access the actual method, which is going to be getImageScaledToCanvas. So let's call it, and now we can actually have our canvas element. But the thing is that we can't work with the canvas, we can't upload it, we can't actually do anything with that. So first we need to convert it to some format that we can upload to Firebase. So we can actually convert canvas to a blob file, and a blob file is just a piece of file represented in binary format. So using this format we can upload it. So on every canvas element we have this method which is called toBlob. And the thing with this toBlob method that it only accepts callbacks. We can't actually use any promises. So for this I want to convert this callback based method to a promise. So to do that we will do the next. Here at the top we are going to define a new function that we will name getBlob. And this function will receive a canvas like this. And this function is going to return a new promise object. So let's put return new promise. So we haven't seen it before. So to create an actual promise, we need to put a callback inside that receives two arguments, resolve and reject. So we will call this method to actually resolve or reject the promise. So here inside, what we're gonna do, we're gonna call canvas toBlob. Then we're gonna specify this callback with the result, which will be the actual blob. And inside this callback we're gonna check if our blob exists and everything is fine, then we're gonna resolve from this promise. We're gonna resolve it. So resolve and value is going to be the actual blob. Otherwise, if we don't have any blob element, we are going to reject with new error. And for error message, we're gonna say something like file process error. Alright, so using this way, now we converted a callback based method to a promise. So now we can use this get blob, and what we can do, we're gonna put try catch block over here, and now what we will do, we will call this get blob like this. Then we're gonna put canvas inside, and because it is a promise, now we need to await it. And in case if we have any error, it will be catched by this block over here. So because we use await syntax, we need to convert this function to an async function. Alright, so result is going to be our blob that we can upload to file storage. Now, about storage, how we can do this? We haven't uploaded anything yet. Well, let's navigate back to firebase.js, and here let's import another library from Firebase. This time it is going to be firebase/storage. Now, to actually access storage in exactly the same manner, we are going to export const storage app.storage. Alright, and the storage API is very similar to database storage. We need to specify the reference, which is actually the path to file, and then we need to upload it. So now, here, first we are going to specify the path under which we will store our image. It is going to be, let's say, avatar file reference, like this. So then we're gonna access our storage object from misc Firebase, then we're gonna put dot, and then we're gonna call reference. So we're gonna store our files under path, which is /profile/user ID. So we need to get user ID, so let's use profile hook. So const profile we will get from use profile. Then we're gonna specify profile.uid, and let's convert it to string interpolation. And then actually let's access child, and child is going to be avatar. Alright, so what we are doing here, we actually specify this path inside our storage, so it will represent our folder, and this child, it is going to be a file named avatar. We will not put any extension because it will be automatically picked up by the Firebase. Alright, now next thing we will do, we will actually upload the file. So let's put const upload avatar result. Then we're gonna put await avatar file ref dot put, and then if we call it, we can see that we can actually put either blob or array buffer array. So let's actually put our blob over here, and then let's also, second argument, we can specify metadata. So for metadata, let's specify cache control header. So we can actually cache our images inside the browser. So let's put cache control, and for cache control, we're gonna specify public. Then max age, we are going to put 3600, which represents 1 hour in seconds. Then we're gonna multiply it by 24 to get the actual 1 day value, and then we will multiply it by 3. So now we have max age of 3 days specified in seconds. Alright, so now that we have avatar upload result, let me remove this semicolon from here. Now that we have upload avatar result, we need to get the download URL of our file so we can save it to our database. So here we're gonna put const download URL. So we're gonna call upload avatar result dot reference. Do not fool yourself and do not directly call download URL, because as you can see, it is deprecated. Use reference.getDownloadURL. So we're gonna call ref, and then only then we're gonna call getDownloadURL. It returns a promise, so let's await it. And now we can actually store it inside our database. Let's put user avatar ref, which will represent our reference inside real-time database. So it is going to be database.ref. Then it is going to be profiles/profile.uid, and then we're gonna put child avatar, And now we're gonna call user avatar ref set download URL. And right after that, we're gonna call alert.info avatar has been uploaded. And let's put 4 seconds. And in case of any error, we are going to alert with error, and we will say error message with 4 seconds as well. And also, right before we save this file, let's actually specify the loading state as well. So here we're gonna simply create is loading and set is loading, which by default will be set to false. So when we perform all operations, right before that, we call set is loading to true. And then when we are finished, we call set is loading to false. And in case if we failed, we also call set is loading to false. Now when we actually use it, we actually use it for this button to make it disabled. So disabled is going to be only when we have is loading state enabled. Alright, so it was a lot. Now let's actually test it. So let me refresh the page. Let me open dashboard. Let me select new avatar. Now I'm gonna click on this car. I'm gonna click on upload new avatar, and I can see avatar has been uploaded. Alright, now let's first check inside our database. So it seems like now we have avatar here. As you can see, now we have this public URL which leads to Firebase storage. Let's check it out, our storage, and here we can see a folder. Let's click on it. Then we have user ID, and inside we have avatar file. So when we click on it, you can see we have this URL that we can click, and it will open us the image in a new tab. But the thing is that now we successfully uploaded file to Firebase storage. Alright, so now how can we actually display this image? Well, I guess this is topic for our next video, because right now it is getting too long. Alright, so let's save everything to Git system. Let's commit our changes, and let's say uploaded user avatar. Alright, see you in the next one.